This might be the most stupid video I will ever create, but do I think this is a perspective that should be shared? Yes. While Avatar might be the most financially successful movie in history, there are quite a few detractors to this movie. Just a few months ago, I saw the Avatar re-release in an IMAX theater. As I was watching the movie, a thought came to me. The reason that some people didn't like Avatar was because they didn't buy into and invest in a dreamlike experience while watching the movie. That might not make any sense, so let me try to explain. The concept of buying into a movie can be seen in Alex Nibley's book titled Good Stories Well Told. If you're interested in storytelling in film, then I recommend reading it. And besides, he's going to know more than some idiot YouTuber, but I'm getting distracted from how to watch Avatar. In the book Good Stories Well Told, Alex Nibley stresses the importance of engaging with a movie on a right brain approach. And it is this engagement that is important to movies, the left brain, right brain movie experience. The entire idea of people being right brain or left brain dominant is a myth to begin with. When you say someone is more right brain or left brain, it typically means that they are more analytical or creative. The right brain is also called the right brain of the unconscious, or the right brain of creativity. When people refer to left brain thinking, it typically refers to a mindset that is more logically focused and is more of a critical thinker. When a person is referred to as right-brained, it refers to a mindset more focused on creativity. Again, the whole right brain, left brain thing is a myth. One hemisphere of the brain isn't taking over control from the opposing hemisphere. The reason I'm bringing this up is to emphasize the two mindsets that are necessary to watching and absorbing a movie. When it comes to watching movies or ingesting stories, left brain mentalities will be more scrutinizing and critical of being what is told. Meanwhile, right brain engagement is when the person is engaging with a story on a creative level or engaging in a dreamlike experience. It is this right brain creative engagement that is necessary to see Avatar, and really any movie or story for that matter. And believe it or not, this right brain creative engagement is what all filmmakers try to achieve. This is because stories are best experienced with a creative engagement, rather than a left brain supercritical viewing of a story. A left brain engagement of a movie is when the audience doesn't buy into the story and are constantly picking at the seams of the story and finding flaws. This is the kind of mindset that people who are reviewing and critiquing movies have to engage in. A movie reviewer isn't going to the movies to experience a dream, they're going to the movie to tear it apart. They're film critics, and critics need to engage on the left brain movie experience to nitpick every little detail and embellish every flaw in their reviews. By doing this, movie critics have a harder time enjoying movies, and this is applicable to audiences as well. Believe it or not, there were quite a few people who weren't happy with how Top Gun Maverick turned out. I met this one guy who disliked the ending of the movie because he reasoned that if the Navy could blow up the enemy airstrip, then they could also have targeted the SAM sites and neutralized the threat to the pilots, and therefore resolve the tension. He wasn't wrong, but he sullied his own movie experience because he was nitpicking the smaller details. And don't even get me started on my dad. My dad is a man who was raised on 80s movies and has been craving hyper-realistic movies because he sucks at suspending his disbelief. It is near impossible to find a movie to watch with him because he needs movies that are able to engage his critical needs or stoke that sweet nostalgia. And he doesn't even have the courtesy to stay awake for the first 5 minutes of the movie. In fact, it is impossible to play video games around this guy. For Xenoblade Chronicles or The Legend of Zelda, he'll complain about how there are no photorealistic graphics in the game, even if the action is awesome. I can't even play Elden Ring around this guy.
Why does he have so many arms? Why is he cutting his own arm off? Does cutting your arm off mean you get stronger?
I don't know, old man, so shut up!
My dad's left brain approach to movies is aggravating, and there are only a select few movies out there that are realistic enough and entertaining enough for him to watch. This is why movies, and any story, needs to be engaged with on a right brain creative level. Call it suspension of disbelief or activating your lizard brain, but the best way to watch Avatar and its sequels is by engaging in a right brain, dreamlike state. In fact, that's really what Avatar is all about: dreams. There are numerous points in the first Avatar movie that reference dreaming. Characters will talk about dreaming of flying, out there is the real world, and in here is the dream. I was a warrior who dreamed he could bring peace. And the many, many times characters say, time to wake up. And the production design further drives home the importance of dreams. The link beds resemble fMRI machines, which measure brain activity. And where Jake first links with his avatar body and is running, his eyes are moving all over the place, replicating a REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and it is the stage of sleep where dreams occur. Speaking of the link beds, in the obscure lore of Avatar, the Avatar program was based off a pre-existing program called the Dark Dreamer Project, which was established to create a mental and cognitive link to other people and animals. And to top all the dreaming connections off, James Cameron first envisioned Avatar in a dream he had in college. Guys, Avatar is about dreaming. People don't recognize it because it is subtly interwoven into the world and isn't blatantly in the audience's face. Avatar is based on a dreaming engagement with its world, and therefore needs to be experienced with a right brain dreaming and creative experience to enjoy a story. And just to clarify, this doesn't mean that the logical side of the brain is shut down. When it comes to a right brain approach, it just means that the audience is primarily engaging in a creative experience and not criticizing it all the way through. But that doesn't mean that the critical thought is lost in these moments. In fact, there are some movies that require a critical approach to understand the film's narrative. But when a logical mindset is brought into a movie experience, it can tarnish the movie experience. Hence, why it is important to approach movies like Avatar with a creative, dreamlike mindset. With all this in mind, the question of how to watch Avatar and its sequels is brought up. Now, bear with me here, but the best way to watch movies like Avatar is in the biggest movie theater you can find. No, this isn't movie theater propaganda, even if it does sound like it just a little bit. The size of the screen makes a big difference in how impactful a movie can be. Watching the trailer for Way of Water on a puny iPhone will not be as impressive as watching it on a 13-inch computer screen. With that small difference in mind, imagine what the difference would be like while watching the spectacle unfold on a screen the size of a house. So in order to get the best experience out of Avatar, you're going to want to be in the biggest and best movie theater you can find, preferably an IMAX or a Dolby theater. The second thing you want to do while watching Avatar is not be a hypercritical snob. I get it, posting a nasty review of a movie on YouTube is a popular thing to do. However, by entering a movie theater with the intent of ripping apart a movie, the movie will be much worse for you and will always be disconnected from the experience. Besides, hating on Avatar isn't just an old meme, it's a meme that isn't even funny anymore. So, despite how stupid it sounds, there is a way to watch Avatar and its sequel movies. By engaging in that right brain dreaming experience, audiences can connect with the movie in a much more satisfying way. And the best way to do that is to go to a really big, high-quality theater. Audiences are able to watch Avatar and its sequels in the way it was supposed to be seen, with a dream-like experience. Ah, nuts. I can't think of a good outro for this video. Well then, have a good day and bye. I'm gonna go watch the new Avatar movie. Unless my mom stops me from going to the movie theater alone because finding people to go to the movies with is surprisingly difficult. Anyways, bye.